I'm going to tell you the story about the wind and the sun. This is a story I told before on the channel, and for those of you that really follow the channel, you recall. Now, Iga Swiatek was asked in their post-match interview to close her eyes. That's right. Close your eyes. No, just close them. I want to see if you can tell me which way the wind is blowing. Now, one day, a woman was walking down the street, and the wind glanced over at the sun and said, I bet you I can get her to take her jacket off before you. You know what? I'm not going to tell the story. You know why? Because not only did I already tell it on the channel, I bet Iga Swiatek knows this story because she's that good. She knows everything, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. She closed her eyes and she guessed right. She knows which way the wind is blowing. And I'm going to do my impersonation of Iga Swiatek. Yeah, I have a sailor on my team, so I know these things. Yes, guys. Amazing. Another historic performance. A double bagel in the round of 16 against a high quality opponent. Someone that actually beat her in juniors. Anastasia Potapova gone wild, and she would go wild today, guys. I should post some of the clips. Unbelievable. But what's next for Iga? Well, let's get to it. She's going to take on Marketa Vondrousova, who is flying high under the radar in a tight battle earlier with Olga Danlovic. And listen, this was a match here where a lot of people thought Olga could have done something here. Ranked 125th on the world tour, taking on the fifth seed. Listen, the first set very competitive, very juicy. Marketa 6-4 would prevail. In the second set, the crowd started to cheer very loud for Olga, but she could not prevail. Despite four double faults from Marketa, she would win 81% of her first serves to 50% from Olga and win 44% of Olga's second serves and the breakpoint save. Olga had five opportunities, could only convert on one while losing the winner battle 19-17 and nearly doubling the output of unforced errors 32-18. Marketa got it done, guys, backed by winning the net points, showing her variety, her short balls. And we want to talk about this next matchup between Marketa and Iga Swiatek. First off, I have to include you guys. Who do you think is going to win the matchup? Comment below. Tell me why you think who's going to win the matchup. Whether it's Iga. Now, Iga does own the head-to-head. We know that. But this is on clay. This is 2024. Could we have a different scenario? Marketa's never beat Iga before. The last time they played was in Cancun. I was there. I watched the match. And Iga, listen, the first set Marketa was very... It seemed like she started to get upset at Iga. Iga was holding her up a bit. And it seemed like she was doing things to throw off her rhythm. Marketa was very upset in that first set. Not only did she have a chance to win the first set, she would lose it in the tiebreak 7-3. The second set, and I say this a lot about Marketa, is if she loses the first set, you notice her level drops. It's almost like she throws in the towel. A bagel in the second set. Last year, again in Cincinnati, they played on hard. First set went to a tiebreak again. Marketa was really upset at Iga in that match. Again, she felt Iga was holding her up. Second set, again, everything out the window. She loses 6-1. They played a few years ago at the French Open, 4 years to be exact, where Iga did win en route to her championship as an unseeded player. She did win the first set 6-1 and 6-2. Does Marketa have any chance as Olga? Look, they were very, very up. They were very supportive of Olga, her people there, and I think she played well. I talked about Olga's power, how it's underrated, and I'm just happy she's going to be able to get some huge game checks and climb the rankings where she deserves. Now, Marketa 15-8 on the season, 10-4 on clay. It's quietly breezing through the French Open to the quarterfinal while only dropping one set, and that came to Katie Volley nets where she dished out a breadstick, actually a bagel in the first set. But she would actually receive a breadstick in the second set. Now, Rebecca Masarova, Katie Volley nets, Chloe Paquette, Olga Danlovic. Now, the strength of schedule, not that great for Marketa, but nonetheless, she's passing the test. Whoever you're putting in front of her, she's beating. But here's a question. Can she beat Iga? I think she can make it very interesting. I think she can put up a fight, We've seen her take Iga to two tie breaks the last two matches. So she can win service games off of Iga, and she can win points. I think we're going to have a good match, guys. And don't be surprised if Marketa pulls off the upset. Tennis in a minute. Get your popcorn, guys. We are at the French Open. Ons Clara Tauson coming up next. We'll be back.